Good morning, Arizona. Happy Sunday to you. We are nice and caffeinated this morning, all thanks to Press Coffee. We're at their newest location in downtown Phoenix, just off of Central and north of McDowell. We're going to be talking about the differences between espresso and drip coffee, because I know a lot of us don't know the difference between the two. That's all coming up in just a few minutes. Let's talk a little bit about this weather, though. It is feeling mighty fine as we take a live look outside from the Arizona Science Center, courtesy of our Weather Bug Network. You can see clear skies. This weather reporting station is showing 81 degrees in downtown Phoenix, with those breezes coming out of the east-southeast at 6 miles per hour. If you are getting a hike in, you're hitting a Piestewa, South Mountain, Camelback, I say you should be good to go until about 12 p.m. I'd make 12 p.m. your cutoff time. 9 a.m. mid-80s, by 11 a.m. low 90s, and then by 1 this afternoon we'll be in the mid-90s. Of course, carry that H2O and wear the SPF. Today we're forecasting a high of 100 in Tempe, but 98 in Scottsdale, 98 in Mesa, and in the QC we've got 99 for Maricopa and Avondale, 98 in Peoria, and 96 in Surprise. Red flag warnings have been issued by the National Weather Service. That is because we are expecting wind gusts of 40 to 50 miles per hour, combined with low relative humidity below 10%. We've got that dry fuel out there, so even the smallest spark could create an explosive wildfire with these conditions. This is all because we've got this trough of low pressure tracking from the Pacific Northwest towards the Great Basin. As it moves through, it's dragging a dry cold front. Ahead of it, those winds kicking up out of the southwest, and we are getting some cooler air filtering in along with it. Today, 98 degrees for Phoenix. Sunny skies, breezy at times, with those winds coming out of the southwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour, gusts of up to 30. Tonight, clear skies. Those winds are going to ease up just a bit. The low is going to be 72 degrees. Headed off into Tuesday, or Monday, I should say, our coolest day of the week, a high of 92 degrees. And Tuesday is still in the double digits with a high of 98 degrees. So back out here live with me this morning at Press Coffee in downtown Phoenix, I have our barista, Jimmy. Good morning to you.
Good morning, everybody.
So a lot of folks do know the difference, or don't know the difference, between drip coffee and espresso, which we have over here. Tell me a little bit about the two.
Drip coffee is going to be brewed in batches or by the cup, whereas espresso, we're pooling under intense heat and pressure on this specific machine made only for espresso. We've got our grinders here that are made only for espresso too. And here at Press Coffee, we like to feature two options. Our first one's going to be our blend. It's called Twitch. We'll always have that here on board when you guys come on in. Then we also have a featured option. This one's either going to be a single origin coffee or a blend, and that's going to be changing throughout the year, something we like to feature and focus on.
I think a lot of people think that espresso might be actually stronger, more potent, higher caffeine content than drip coffee, but that's not necessarily the case.
Well, it is a higher potency, but it's in a short volume. So think about your drip coffee, it's going to be a higher volume beverage, whereas your espresso, much smaller pools.
And why are we drinking it in smaller amounts?
I think that it's just because of the time. It's a more time-sensitive beverage, so it could go bad faster than your drip coffee would.
All right, I'm going to give you the mic. You're going to take me through how we pull espresso.
Awesome. You're going to first go ahead and remove the portafilter and clean the basket with that rag there. Perfect. After it's nice and clean, you're going to go ahead and put it into our grinder and hold it in there. Then you're going to distribute the coffee grinds, and we're going to go ahead and place it on that mat and tamp it. And then we're going to plug it up into this machine here. Put it up in sideways, just like that, and twist it. Perfect.
Then what?
And then we're going to move our cup under it and turn it to the left 3 times. Perfect.
And what are we doing with this?
We're creating pressure on the top of the puck of coffee, and then it's slowly going to flow through, hopefully nice and evenly, and create a nice pooled espresso beverage for us.
So it's starting out as a slow drip, and then as we progress through time, it gets a little bit stronger?
It will speed up, and then it'll hit a point. We'll achieve our total volume and then go ahead and stop it. So I'll go ahead and tell you when. You're going to hit it to the left. 1 and 2. Perfect.
And this is our espresso.
That is our espresso.
So why do we typically see espresso served with sparkling water?
It's to help clean up your palate in case you had any residual coffee flavors, maybe a little breakfast left on your tongue, some sweeter, more sugary things. It'll remove that flavor so you're only able to taste the coffee itself.
And it's so small. Am I supposed to like take it like a shot or sip it in like 3 or 4
sips? I would enjoy it over the course of 5 minutes or so, you know.
It's very creamy.
It's got a nice smooth note, nice and creamy, chocolatey, a little nuttiness to it as well.
All right, so Press Coffee, they're officially open for business. I am shaking right now. I've had so much caffeine this morning. They are off of Central. This is going to be just north of McDowell. They are officially open right now, but they are going to be open 7 days a week. During the weekdays, I believe at 6:30 a.m. Today they opened at 7 a.m. But they've also got a full food menu besides the coffee. They're waiting to get their liquor license so they can start serving wine here as well. But just another great business to add to the number of businesses that continue to boom up here in downtown Phoenix. We are live at Press Coffee. We're going to be showcasing a different way to brew coffee at home, not using Mr. Coffee, but something entirely different. Let's talk a little bit about this weather, though. We are feeling pretty good out there as we take a live look towards Piestewa Peak. This is our weather station right now at the airport. It's 78 degrees. Those breezes coming out of the southeast at 8 miles per hour with relative humidity at 31%. If you are looking for something to do today, the D-backs take on the Brewers. That first pitch is at 1:10. I've been told that when the temperature is about 95 degrees, they'll close the roof. So I would expect the roof to be closed for that first pitch. You can see temperatures will be in the 90s throughout this afternoon. And the first 10,000 kids under the age of 15 get a ball and bat set. So something cool there. Highs today across the state: 71 for Flagstaff, 82 in Payson, 98 for Casa Grande, 96 for Bullhead City, and 95 for Lake Havasu City. Satellite and radar picture shows we had some clouds across northeastern Arizona. Those have cleared out. We are seeing mostly clear skies statewide, but winds are going to be kicking up throughout today. This is a look at Futurecast. Timeline in the corner. You can see those winds are going to really ramp up this afternoon and this evening. In the high country, we could have gusts of up to 50 miles per hour. In the valley, we could have gusts of up to 30 miles per hour. What you're seeing right now, just sustained winds. Those winds will die down, headed off until late tonight, and then they are going to kick up again tomorrow. This is all in response to a trough of low pressure tracking from the Pacific Northwest towards the Great Basin, but as it does, it is dragging a dry cold front through. That cold front is what's responsible for also dropping our temperatures. So today we're forecasting a high of 98 degrees, sunny skies, breezy at times. Tonight we'll dip to a low of 72 degrees. Monday 92, Tuesday 98 degrees. Take a look at the end of next week. We are above 110. So back here live with me this morning at Press Coffee in downtown Phoenix, I have Alex. And Alex, we're talking about brewing your own coffee at home, but this is something different than Mr. Coffee. What is this?
So this is called a Chemex. It's a German brewing method from about the 50s. Really nice way to make a cup of coffee. A couple things that are unique about it. It's got a really thick filter, so it's going to clean up your cup, give you a lot of nice clarity of flavor. Aesthetically, it's beautiful. It's a fun piece to have on the countertop. It's not like that bulky Mr. Coffee that's always in the way. And it allows you to make your coffee at about 20 ounces at a time.
All right, so we've got about a minute. Let's brew some coffee. What do we do?
All right, so we're going to start off and we're going to take our ground coffee and we're going to pour it over the top.
In terms of how much coffee we're using?
Yeah, so you want to stick to about a ratio of 16 to 1. So for every 16 ounces of coffee you want to brew, you want to use 1 ounce of 1 ounce of coffee.
Okay, so what's next?
So you're going to pour, and you're going to pour a little bit of water over the top, and you're going to do what's called a bloom. So just get all those coffee grounds nice and wet. Get in that center a little bit, and you're going to see this coffee actually expand. That's good for right now. And it's going to bubble. And that's a sign that this coffee is really fresh, and we're releasing some gases. We're getting this coffee ready for a brew. So we're going to let this sit for about 30 seconds normally, and we're going to start our second pulse. So you're going to pour again, and you're going to see this brewer is actually over a scale. So we're weighing our water as we're pouring. And when our grams get to about 350 grams we're going to break. For this one, we use 36 grams of coffee, so we're going to do 580 grams of water. Your water is a density of 1, so it weighs the same as its volume.
So why is this a better method than using your traditional home brewing machine?
Sure, it does a couple of things for you. One is it gives you a lot more control. So you can see when your coffee bed needs some water. Like right now, let's give it a little bit of water. It also gives you better temperature stability. So your Mr. Coffee is going to heat your water up and then cool down as it brews. This one is a lot more controlled, and it gives you the ability to brew whatever coffee you want different mornings.
Very quickly, you guys have a Father's Day blend that we are showcasing today, so folks can come pick that up. Also, we have breakfast. My producer's wrapping me, but what is in this beauty right now?
So we have breakfast burritos. You get egg, cheese, potato. You can add some avocado, and then we have bacon, sausage, or turkey that can go in there.
You know I've got a taste test for quality control, right?
Absolutely.
Good stuff. Stick with us. More from Good Morning Arizona right after this. Good morning, Arizona. Happy Sunday to you. We are live at the newest location of Press Coffee in downtown Phoenix. We've seen some of those lattes that look like works of art. We have a couple of them right here. I've got my friend Jimmy here, the barista, who is going to give us the lowdown, a little art course in latte art coming up in just a bit. Let's talk a little bit about this weather, though. It is feeling pretty good right now in the Valley of the Sun. Here's a live look outside from the Arizona Science Center. We do have clear skies. Our WeatherBug network is showing us a current temperature of 85 degrees in downtown Phoenix. Those winds coming out of the east-southeast at 6 miles per hour. Tracking those temperatures, a great day to get cut off probably around noon. We are looking at temperatures starting off in the mid 80s at 9 a.m., 11 a.m., low 90s, and by 1, the mid 90s. Carry the H2O, wear the SPF. You are going to need it. Looking at those highs today across the valley, 97 in Gilbert, 98 for Scottsdale, 99 for Avondale. So these temperatures running about 5 degrees below normal for this time of the year. We do have red flag warnings issued by the National Weather Service for a high fire danger. That's because we're expecting wind gusts of 40 to 50 miles per hour, and it is dry out there. We do have this trough of low pressure tracking from the Pacific Northwest towards the Great Basin. As it does, it is pushing that ridge of high pressure off towards the east, and we've got some gusty winds again kicking up with it from the southwest. We've also got some cooler temperatures headed our way as we head off into back to work Monday. Today, sunny, breezy at times, the high 98 degrees. In the valley this afternoon, we may see gusts of up to 30 miles per hour. Tonight, clear skies, pretty pleasant. The low is going to be 72 degrees. As we head off into Monday, 92. This is actually going to be our coolest day of the week, well below normal for this time of year. And then for Tuesday, we're still in the 90s. After that, it all goes downhill. We'll talk about that in the next half hour. Let's talk to Jimmy, our barista here at Press Coffee. That is absolutely stunning, that little swan. And you're telling me I can learn how to do this, maybe?
Nice and easily. Yeah, we teach all of our baristas here how to make a nice, pleasant design, so you can, take a picture of it, share it, and
it's almost too pretty to drink. All right, so we're making a latte. Tell me what we're doing.
So we're actually just pouring milk into the espresso and creating the design that way. We're not using any kind of stencils or toothpicks or anything to do that. I'll do the first one, and then I'll hold the mic for you, and you can do the second one.
All right.
Sounds good?
Sounds good.
All right, here we go with the first.
So we're basically just using steamed milk.
Yes, steamed milk and espresso.
And you're pouring just about, what, 3/4 of it in there?
I'm using about an ounce of espresso and about 5 ounces of milk.
Okay, so what did you just do? How did you do that? What do I need to do?
The way that we do it is we pour at an angle, and it's the distance between the milk pitcher and the top of the espresso crema.
This sounds pretty technical, but let me give you the mic and try it.
Here we are.
So, just pour, and we swirl a little bit, right?
Yep, and you get yourself a nice clean slate to work with.
And keep pouring. So let's say I want to do...
Nice and slowly, you're going to lay the milk right into the middle. And, almost.
What is that?
That was the start of it.
You know, from far away with dim lighting, it could be a flower.
Oh, yeah. That's the start of it. Go ahead and give it a nice heavy pour. Here, try it like that.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead.
We're making a mess now.
That's okay. That's half the fun. Look, that was it. So
that could be a flower again,
exactly.
A sun maybe.
Takes our baristas lots of practice to get it right.
Would you hire me?
At first, yeah.
Oh, at first.
Yeah, we'd see how you do at first.
Because you get a free forecast with every latte, right?
That would be it.
All right, so again, we are at Press Coffee doing a little latte art. They officially opened up this weekend. This is the newest business to open in downtown Phoenix. They've got coffee, they've got food, they have got merchandise. They are off of Central and just north of McDowell. And yeah, we are having some fun out here this morning. You know what? Our monsoon. Good morning, Arizona. We are live at Press Coffee, their newest location in downtown Phoenix, getting certainly caffeinated this morning. But if you're not a fan of the caffeine, we have some other options for you. We'll talk a little bit about that coming up in just a bit. Let's talk about this weather, though. Things are warming on up, but it should not be as hot as it has been. Starting off with a live picture from our Phoenix Tower cam, looking towards Piestewa Peak. We do have clear skies. It's 82 degrees. Those breezes coming out of the east-southeast at 5 miles per hour with relative humidity at 26%. If you are looking for something to do today, the Brewers take on the D-backs at Chase Field. That first pitch is at 1:10. Normally, I'm told when temperatures are in the mid-90s, they actually close that roof. So since temperatures should be in the mid to upper 90s throughout the game, I'm going to assume that roof is closed. Ball and bat set for the first 10,000 kids under 15. So if you do get tickets to go out there, a fun little treat to take advantage of. Highs today across our state, 71 for Flagstaff, 78 in Show Low, 98 degrees for Casa Grande, 80 in Prescott. It looks like 76 for Grand Canyon and 96 for Bullhead City. Satellite and radar picture shows mostly clear skies. We are not going to see any rain anytime soon, but those winds are going to be kicking up, especially across the high country. Gusts of 40 to 50 miles per hour possible this afternoon and this evening. Combine that with dry conditions, that's prompted a red flag warning for northern and southeastern Arizona. Winds die down tonight, and then they are going to kick up again tomorrow across northeastern Arizona, and the valley will see gusts of up to 30 miles per hour, and those winds generally coming out of the southwest. So today, sunny skies, breezy at times. Your high is going to be 98 degrees. Even cooler tomorrow, 92. Live it up, man. Lunch on the patio, because you know what? By next Friday, we're talking about highs, around 110. Next Saturday, about 112. Hottest temperatures of the year so far. So back over live with me this morning, I've got Alex with Press Coffee. So we've talked about the coffee, but of course we've got cold coffee here for those hot summer days. Folks that don't want coffee, we've got some other options.
Yeah, we sure do. So knowing that you can't drink caffeine all day, we have a couple local partnerships we love working with. We're a local business here, so anytime we can work with other local businesses, we're really happy to. The first thing we've got are rad juices. These are cold pressed juices. If you're not that familiar with cold pressed juice, they're really healthy for you. The way they work is they actually press the juice to get the juice out versus blending it, which is better for the juice and the nutrients. This juice in particular is also cold pressure pasteurized, which means that rather than heating it up to pasteurize it, they do it with pressure, which maintains the nutrients. So these are really good for you, nice, crisp, refreshing, and surprisingly great.
I know a lot of folks are actually starting their day with cold pressed juice over coffee. Kombucha, very popular, lots of health benefits. For folks that don't know what kombucha is, what is it?
Yeah, kombucha is one of my favorite summer drinks. It's a carbonated fermented tea. Really great and refreshing. This is Wild Tonic. They're out of the Sedona Cottonwood area. They do some light natural flavoring with it, so it's no sugar added, so it's a low sugar beverage. Really crisp and refreshing. Great way to beat the heat. It's got a lot of probiotics, so it's really great for your gut.
Alrighty, and of course we have the food.
Absolutely. So we mentioned earlier that this location in particular is going to have a little R&D menu. We have a bigger kitchen so we can do some more fun stuff. These are two of our avocado toasts that you currently can only get here. The first is that caprese. It's mozzarella, tomatoes, and some balsamic glaze. The second is a protein one. It's got some bacon, some sausage, and some cheese on it.
Oh, that is looking good. And of course, you can't have the toast without a little bit of herbal tea, so they've got that for you as well. Stick with us. More from Good Morning Arizona right after this. Phil? Good morning to you, Jamie. We have got some cold drinks for you right here. We have got some cold brew coffee becoming a big trend, especially during our hot summer months. So we'll talk a little bit about how to make your own cold brew at home. Let's talk about this weather. Things are heating on up. Let's start off with a live picture. This is going to be from the Arizona Science Center. We do have a beautiful blue sky, lots of sunshine. One of our weather reporting stations in downtown Phoenix shows it's 86 degrees. It's probably a little bit cooler in your neighborhood on the outskirts of town. Those winds winds coming out of the southeast at 5 miles per hour. If you are getting some hiking in, I'd say you're good until about noon. 11 a.m. we're looking at 90 degrees. By 1 o'clock, 95 degrees. Hydrate up. Wear one of those camelbacks with plenty of water in it. Wear the sunscreen. Good rule of thumb is an SPF 30 or greater, and apply that every 2 hours. Today, under 100 in Gilbert, 97 to be exact, 98 for Scottsdale, ditto for Glendale, 96 in Surprise, 99 degrees for Maricopa. Red flag warnings issued by the National Weather Service mean a high fire danger for all those areas shaded in red, starting at noon, continuing until 7 o'clock tonight. That's because we're expecting strong wind gusts coming out of the southwest at 40 to 50 miles per hour, and those very dry conditions. Trough of low pressure tracking from the Pacific Northwest towards the Great Basin, dragging a cold front in our direction, so no rain, unfortunately, with that trough. We are only going to see those winds kick up, but we do get a bit of a cool down. So today, 98 degrees, sunny skies, breezy at times. Valley gusts may hit 30 miles per hour. Tonight, those winds will ease up. We'll have clear skies, and that low tomorrow morning will be 72 degrees. Monday, pretty much the best day out of the week. We're looking at a high of just 92 degrees. Tuesday, still in the double digits. This is cooler than normal. 98 for that high. Then after that, that's when we are going to return to triple-digit territory. So back out here live with me this morning from Press Coffee, I have Alex. And Alex, cold brew has become such a huge thing with different coffee shops, especially a lot of the chains. We're seeing Starbucks carrying cold brew coffees now. We're seeing Dutch Bros carrying cold brew. So what is cold brew? What's the idea behind it?
Yeah, so cold brew, we've been doing cold brew for quite a while now. We were the first people in Arizona to put it on tap. But what it essentially is, you're taking your coffee, and instead of brewing it with hot water like you normally would, you're brewing it with cold water. And instead of it being 3 or 4 minute brew time, it takes about 20 hours. Okay. Cold brew on its own is really unique because you don't use that hot water. You don't get the acidity you tend to get from coffee. So it's very low acidity, and it's also 2.5 times the caffeine as regular coffee. As far as how it tastes, it winds up being a really big body, a lot of chocolate, peanut butter flavors. We're really proud of our cold brew and love how we make it, but one of the better things about cold brew is it's really, really easy to make at home.
Okay, so how would we do that?
So you could take any vessel you want, any kind of glass jar. I use a mason jar a lot at home. For here, we're going to use our French press, and the ratio we're going to use to make cold brew at home is 1 pound of coffee per gallon of water. Okay. So this French press is 32 ounces, so 1/4 pound, and we're going to use 1/4 pound of coffee, 1/4 gallon. So all you have to do is pour your coffee into whatever glass container you're going to use, take your cold water, and just fill it on up. And this one we have a little bit of ice, not a big deal. And we're just going to fill it on up. And we just want this to sit for 20 hours.
And this is going to be sitting in your refrigerator, right?
Absolutely. So once you get it filled up, for this French press, we're going to put our top right on it, and we'll toss it in our fridge for 20 hours. After 20 hours, we're going to put the plunger down and take those grinds away, and you're going to have coffee ready to go.
And so how long is this coffee going to last in your fridge if, say, you wanted to make it for the week?
Yeah, that'll last in your fridge for 30 days as long as it's refrigerated. So if you want it every morning on Sunday, you could brew your coffee for the day and brew a big gallon and just give yourself a little bit every day.
And so these French presses, they'll come in all sizes. So if you wanted to make something bigger, you could.
Absolutely, absolutely. And this coffee as well, it's one of the few beverages that we really love to have with milk. It pairs great with milk. If you put about 60% cold brew, 40% milk, you wind up with a great iced latte for home.
And of course, you've got the travel cold brew right here. I promise that's not alcohol.
That's right. Our little cold brew flasks are awesome. They fit right in your back pocket. But yeah, really great little beverage to take with you.
All right, again, Press Coffee grand opening this weekend. Just one of the latest businesses to pop up here in downtown Phoenix. They are off of Central, just north of McDowell.
Jerry, here's an impression of me on coffee. I've had some coffee. Hey, what are you doing?
Good morning, Arizona. We're live at Press Coffee, celebrating their newest location here in downtown Phoenix. Great weather for a little cold brew this morning. Take a look at these temperatures we're tracking right now. A live shot from our Phoenix Tower cam looking towards Piestewa Peak. It's 85 degrees. Those breezes are coming out of the south-southeast at 10 miles per hour. That's at the airport anyways. The humidity's at 19%. The Brewers take on the D-backs this afternoon. If you're looking for something to do, we are looking at that first pitch at 1 110. Typically, when temperatures are in the mid-90s, they tell me they usually keep that roof closed, so I imagine the roof is going to be closed today with temperatures in the mid to upper 90s. We are forecasting a high of 71 today for Flagstaff, 78 in Show Low, 98 for Casa Grande, 80 in Prescott, 96 for Bullhead City. Satellite and radar picture shows we've got clear skies, no rain, and that's going to be the story for looks like the next week. But those winds, they are ramping up this afternoon and this evening. Futurecast shows sustained winds of about 25 miles per hour in northern Arizona, but we are expecting gusts of 40 to 50 miles per hour, creating a high fire danger as we do have dry fuels and low humidity. Those winds are going to subside late tonight before kicking up again tomorrow. In the valley, we'll see those breezes sustained at about 10 to 20 miles per hour. This afternoon and this evening, we may have gusts of up to 30 miles per hour. Those winds coming out of the southwest as a trough of low pressure tracks to the north of us. So your forecast for today, sunny skies, breezy at times, the high 98 degrees. Live it up on Monday, 92. This is going to be the coolest day we see for quite some time. Tuesday up to 98. Take a look at the end of next week. Friday, 110. Saturday, 112. These are going to be the hottest temperatures we have seen so far for 2017, and the National Weather Service will likely issue an excessive heat warning. So back out here live with me this morning, I've got Alex with Press Coffee. So next weekend is Father's Day. If Dad is a coffee lover, you have a few gift ideas.
We do. So we always have our regular retail items. We've got bags of coffee, both what we call single origin and blends. But specifically for Father's Day, we made a Father's Day blend called Big Daddy. Really nice gift for Dad, especially if he's a coffee drinker.
How does that taste?
Really big and bold. A lot of those flavors you'd attribute to Dad. A lot of dark chocolate, a little woody, really great coffee.
What else you got going on?
We've always got some diner mugs, some cold brew flasks or hydro flasks, and then some stuff to make coffee better at home. We always have some brew methods and other things like that.
And if Dad doesn't live here in Arizona, you can actually order the products online.
Yeah, you sure can. So we're going to have the Big Daddy blend will be in our stores on Tuesday. And starting Monday, you could buy it online to send Dad the gift to make sure it gets there by Father's Day.
All right. Well, congratulations on your newest Press Coffee opening of 5 locations for the Valley. This is going to be the latest one. They're off of Central, just north of McDowell. Otherwise, they've got coffee. They've got food. They're hoping the goal, don't quote us on this, September, they'll be able to serve beer and wine down here. But certainly just a great new business that is booming in downtown Phoenix with so many others that are bubbling up here this time of the year. I'll send it back to you.